Here's Zach Wolchuk and Brian Broaddus.
Snap and hold, 42-yard kick from Aubrey. The Cowboys have won this football game. Butter. I don't know when they've won one that felt like this. 42 for Aubrey, and the Cowboys win 24-21.
From 21 down, the Dallas Cowboys come all the way back and beat the Philadelphia Eagles here at AT&T Stadium, 24-21. He walked it off, Brian. He walked it off. Brandon Aubrey finds a way to get it done. After missing a field goal earlier, he redeems himself, and the Cowboys get the walk-off win, 24-21, to improve to 5-5-1 on the year. They send the Eagles to 8-3. My goodness, what a difference a half makes, as the second half, really from 12 minutes on in the second quarter, the Cowboys' defense was absolutely phenomenal. Punt, miss field goal, fumble, punt, and then they recover that. The Cowboys' defense was sensational. Offensively, they just kept trying. There were certainly some questionable decisions along the way.
Jeez.
But you had George Pickens. I think he's the best wide receiver on the planet right now. It was just throw it to George Pickens. Something good's going to happen. You've got Brevin Spann-Ford gets a touchdown 4 yards out from Dak Prescott. Dak then runs it in to make it 21-all. The Cowboys had a fumble they gave back. This one went back and forth. You thought for a moment, oh no, are they just going to play with your hearts? But they found a way to get it done. One of the more improbable, bizarre, weird games that you will see. But how sweet it is as the Cowboys find a way to beat the Eagles in an epic comeback here at AT&T.
Congratulations to you, sir, for calling it. You made the prediction that it was going to be a walk-off Brandon Aubrey kick, so good for you. It was a crazy game. I know when you and I were doing the halftime together there, Brad, Sham, all of us were kind of talking, just stop playing with your head up your butt and find a way to get some things done.
Yeah.
And the second half adjustments were pretty simple. Don't give them any more opportunities. Line up. Don't have turnovers.
Yeah.
Don't, well, lo and behold, you got to stop. And that's what they needed. And Dallas took advantage of the one. The first couple of them, they didn't. But then all of a sudden, that third stop, now you get a touchdown. It kind of clawed him back into the game a little bit. But, man, well done defensively. Matt Eberflus, I know we give him a lot of grief, give the coaching staff a lot of grief. The players, it's clearly different with the players that they have. When you look at the guys, Oso Digizua, that final sack, that's exactly what you needed right there to get the ball back. So, great job by the defense. All we've ever asked is give us a defense that can hold in long enough to let the offense get things going the right way and then find a way to win the game. And today you had one.
You did, and quite frankly, for the majority of it, the offense wasn't holding up their end of
Not
things.
at all. Well, George Pickens was. There was one point where George Pickens was 7 for 7 on targets and receptions and stuff. I think Williams running the ball. Really looking forward to seeing, Guyton goes out of that game, and now it's Nate Thomas in there playing. And so, that film session tomorrow morning is going to be pretty interesting to see. But obviously he held up pretty well there.
George Pickens finishing with 9 for 9 for $146 and a touchdown. CD 4 for 75, but targeted 11 times. I mean, the drops clearly were an issue. I'm sure that's something that people are going to be talking about when it comes to calls and texts. 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053 to join the conversation here. The official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys here in the Miller Lite Field Club. Zach Wolchuk with the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus. But, I don't know what was going on with CeeDee Lamb, if this is an Eagles thing, but it looked like a player that was in his own head almost.
Fighting the ball a little bit.
Him up a little.
Fighting the ball a little bit. Yeah, just not as clean. But, man, listen, hey, a lot of battling going on out there, a lot of routes. When you're talking about Cooper DeJean and Quinton Mitchell, that's not an easy. And I'm not making excuses for Lamb because he's got to make those plays. But it looked like to me he was fighting it in that football game, and that was the unfortunate thing. But Pickens, Williams, Dak with some incredible throws. to kind of get this game put away for them.
Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Hello, baby.
KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
An Odyssey sports station.
Yeah, it was wild. 24-21, Cowboys rally from 21 down to beat the Eagles, keep their hopes alive this season. And, man, defensively, you have the big play, the Sam Williams fumble. It's 21-all. Eagles are trying to drive. They're at the Dallas 31-yard line. They give it to Barkley. Here's Sam Williams chasing from the backside, knocks the ball out.
Yeah.
Kenneth Murray scoops it up. Offense, what do? They punt. They give it right back. Then on that punt, they fumble. It's a muffed punt.
Yeah.
And what happens? Well, you get Trent Sieg, the long snapper, Brian. The long snapper gets it done.
How about a long snapper going down there and making a play? And that long snapper's getting position every once in a while to make a play, but really, hats off to the Cowboys in that case, the special teams. Man, it'd been kind of a rough day for the special teams. We'll have to go back and see if, in fact, that our guy missed the tip on the punt
Ryan Flanoy.
Yeah, it kind of looked like to me the ball got maybe a little bit deflected, but heck, there's so many things you could point out in this game that were just could have been killers. But then on the flip side of that, you're thinking like, wow, what a catch, what a throw, what a block, what a knockout, what a punch out. Yeah, and listen, I admit, giving Sam Williams a lot of grief, giving him a lot of grief about the rotation, when's he going to do something. That was a heads-up play to get the ball out of Saquon Barkley's hands. By the way, Barkley, 10 carries, 22 yards.
Now, they wanted to stop the run. They can stop the run now.
They stopped the run.
I mean, how about that big sack for Osa? Osa was huge in this one. Quinnen Williams was brilliant as well. And, look, you lose Kalen Carson. Triquez Bridges has to come in.
Yeah.
That's another player. We were thinking, well, if you're –
I was thinking about
Davis,
maybe, exactly.
Is Bridges the guy that ends up moving on? No, that they keep Bridges, and they say goodbye to Kyer Elam. Kenneth Murray, during the game, I'm thinking, Logan Wilson, why are we rotating anymore? Logan Wilson probably needs that. Kenneth Murray comes up with that fumble recovery, but very questionable decision. 4th and goal at the 1. Shoddy says, you know what? We're going for it. It's incomplete. Philadelphia takes over. Defense rewards him with yet another stop. Yeah. Then they're able to set up the go-ahead field goal. But I didn't know. I didn't know about that one there.
To me, that seemed very much like doing a little too much there. Doing a little too much when it came to that call on 4th down. Your defense has been playing outstanding.
So good.
Find it, kick it, and then go play defense there. But I'm sure Todd Archer, Calvin Watkins, I see them all right here to our right. I guarantee you somebody's going to ask him. Defense, they bailed him out today on that call for sure.
Yeah, they did. And, credit to Marquise Bell on that one, forcing the fumble that Sieg ended up recovering as well. Just a crazy sequence in this entire game, the ups and the downs. And CD, even though, he had his share of drops, he has the big 48-yarder. We thought that was a free play. Yeah. It ended up not being one. He gets interfered with down the field. That was a huge chunk play. But George Pickens was absolutely unbelievable today. Jake Ferguson had some big yak. Did have a scary moment where he fumbled and went out of bounds. That was terrifying. But goodness, you go 5 for 60 for Ferg. And, Dak in this one becoming the Cowboys' all-time leading passer, 23 of 36, 354, 2 touchdowns, and the interception. They came out of the gate slow on offense. And you got to wonder, from an offensive coordinator standpoint, which is your head coach, but they didn't come out looking super prepared in this game.
No, and it might actually be worse on Thursday with everything, with a short week and no practice and all that. So I think both teams will be a little compromised. How about the Cowboys, though, with Williams and Davis, 111 yards rushing today, on 23 carries. And that's against the defense that's pretty salty up front when it comes to playing some run defense. And great job by the staying with it, trying to keep some balance into the offense and just not completely becoming one-dimensional.
that one. You kept plugging away. I mean, early on in this one, I looked over and just said, it's going to be tough sledding on the ground.
Yeah, you did.
But
this is a tough sledding game.
But they did. And credit to Javonte Williams. He goes over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and he's been absolutely phenomenal all year. Cowboys tying the largest comeback victory in team history. The last 21-point comeback win, 2014, at St. Louis against the Rams when that one happened. But they come back from 21 down to beat the Eagles on the Brandon Aubrey walk-off.
That was a proud Brian game.
Yes, that was the proud Brian game. That was yours.
Yeah.
877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text here in this one. I think we do have the phone lines good. So let's go ahead and kick this around. Let's go out to Harrison in Mesquite. Harrison, you're on the Dallas Cowboys postgame show here from the Miller Lite Field Club.
Hey, guys, how are you today?
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, big time statement win, fellas. I'm so excited, man. Marshawn didn't want us to lose today. Nealon, he would not let it happen. That special team play Clark made, you can take that tape and show to anybody. He got knocked on his butt, got back up, knocked on his butt again, got back up and made a big-time hit and caused that fumble. I'm seeing a lot better play from the defense. I didn't think Quentin Williams would make that big of a huge impact. He does. That middle is clogged up. They're not running freely. I love the way the Malik Davis run, the backup. I think that rookie may have lost his spot because Malik has a natural ability to read the holes and cuts. Big-time win. My thing with Lamb, I'm not going to make no excuses. Hey, you're a football player first. Forget that modeling. Football is what got you on the map. Catch the damn ball. It's that simple. It hit him in his chest too many times. He almost let the team down. Somebody might have to pull him to the side and talk to him. It may be something personal going on. I've never seen him play so horrific and so poorly this year. He's been playing bad. It's not having a career year. But I'll hang up and listen, fellas.
Thank you. I appreciate the call there, Harrison. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, with CD, he had that huge play, but all in all, this one ended up being one where we're looking at each other thinking, hold on, what's wrong with CD Lamb here?
Yeah.
Now, it goes back to week one. It goes back to week one. He had the same issues against the Eagles.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people that are texting in like, oh, can CD Lamb get traded in the offseason? I think that's a bit prisoner of the moment here.
Yeah.
I think we've seen CD Lamb be an incredible football player for the Cowboys. He's put up numbers no matter who the quarterback is. He's come up with some monster catches. But today was clearly not his best day. And it did look like a player for the first time. You don't see this from CD a lot. But he was lacking confidence a little bit out there.
Yeah, it started really early in the game. He had a couple of routes where, Dak put the ball on him and he just didn't, he's usually really good catching things on the move, extending. To me, again, you're fighting it, ball getting on him, ball getting to him. But this secondary, I'm telling you, This is an all day.
It's a tough secondary.
This is an all day job against these guys. But
when the ball hits you in the hands, and you're a wide receiver,
you're
one of the best receivers in football.
Yeah, you absolutely have to make the play.
Yeah, we can't. He has to. He has to, 100%.
Yeah.
And Pickens was brilliant. I mean, look, they kept chipping away. I did not think it was overall a great day offensively at all.
Play caller struggled a little bit, too, I thought.
The head coach and the play caller.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4th and 1 decision not to take the points there.
Yeah.
You've battled all the way back. Now, I mean, the defense bails you out.
Yeah, but I'll tell you another one, and I understand he's one of the more conservative coaches in the league. But for him to go for it on 4th down, early in the game on that first drive,
and then you give the Eagles.
The Eagles are a team.
The 50-yard line.
Eagles coming into this game really were struggling on offense, struggling to run the ball. A lot of 3-and-outs. Philadelphia's plan was to keep punting you into and making you have to go 90 yards. Mm-hmm. That was their plan. Dallas made some plays, but I just kind of felt like though that great win. Players bailed out the coaches today, I think. But I got to say, give Matt Eberflus and the defensive coaches a lot of credit. They once that second half turned around, and you mentioned about 12 minutes in.
In that second quarter.
It really kind of started turning around for the defense.
It's amazing, isn't it, Brian, when you give Matt Eberflus and the defensive coaches better personnel. All of a sudden, they look like better coaches, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not saying I told you so, but I told you so on that one. 877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text, 877-881-1053. What an epic comeback victory for the Dallas Cowboys. 21 points down. They come back and beat the Eagles 24-21. Brandon Aubrey walking this one off. We'll have Brad Sham jumping on with us. We will hear from Brian Schottenheimer, who's at the podium now. We'll also get more from Dak Prescott. Locker room audio. We got our guys in the locker room right now. Fred Davis, Chris Arnold, Blake Elliott. More of your calls and texts. What a crazy game this one was here as we're breaking it all down until 9:30 from the Miller Lite Field Club. Zach Wolchuk with Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus, brought to you by Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. And if you want to use what the pros use, Jack Black is the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit getjackblack.com today. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Hey.
This is the Dallas Cowboys Pepsi Postgame Show. Pepsi, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Brought to you by
AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. WinStar World Casino and Resort. Proud to be the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
First and goal at the 4. Play fake, boot to the right. Prescott looking. Throwing in the end zone. Span! Ford is open. Brevin Spann forward with his first NFL touchdown. This game is back on.
So many unlikely heroes in this one. Brevin Spann forward in a play where he falls down. Has to get back up. It looked like this was going to be a broken play. Dak keeps extending. He's running, then floats one back of the end zone. Here's Spanford. I'll go up and get it for you. Part of the largest comeback, tied for the largest comeback in Cowboys history. Eagles were up 21-0. Cowboys win it on the Brandon Aubrey walk-off, 24-21. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus as we're here in the Miller Lite Field Club. Jerry Jones has been talking. I know he says, hey, playoff hopes very much still alive right now. Our buddy John Machota put that out. And yeah, they are. That you lose, then they're not. You're done. You cannot really afford to lose any games right now.
No.
But they kept him alive. Elijah Clark, really good again when it came to special teams. He goes down there along with Marquise Bell. They forced the fumble on the punt return. Trent Sieg, the long snapper, falls on that. Sam Williams and Kenneth Murray, two players I know you and myself have been very critical of, come up with a huge fumble in this one. Javonte Williams just keeps churning, fighting, found a way to get it done. Malik Davis racks off a big run. I mean, this one, everybody finding a way to chip in. And I do like what one of the techs said, even though, hey, I don't think your coach and I don't think your play caller had a good day today. I think there was a lot to learn from. I don't think that he had the view of the Flanoy tipped punt. I think that was a Fox, from my understanding. Fox showed that late. I don't think the Cowboys were able to get that to be able to challenge the play in time. Hindsight, yes, you challenge that. Some of the aggressive fourth down calls, I'm kicking the field goal to go up after you've clawed your all the way back. I'm going up 24-21. Now your defense
especially with the way the defense has been playing.
Yes.
Go ahead and kick the field goal and then let Aubrey kick the ball, make them have to maybe deal with a squib kick or something down there, where you go down there and tackle and then make Hurts have to drive the ball on you. Their field goal kicker, the last kick he had, he missed. So to me, I'm just totally, I was flabbergasted that he went for it there on fourth down. I was shocked. I could not believe it, especially as well as his defense was playing. I'm the guy that's always very critical, coaches don't know the condition of your team.
Right.
Coach, your defense was kicking their ass in the second half.
But the way this one was going, and you have Brandon Aubrey miss a field goal.
Yeah.
You're giving them extended drives by Clowney's lining up offsides. You're throwing interceptions in the red zone. Yeah. You're down 21-0. This was a game that I do think last year's team, or we'd seen several times under Mike McCarthy, they would fold, and the next thing you know, this is a blowout.
Right.
They kept fighting. They chipped away, and they eventually were rewarded, and that is a testament, I believe, to Brian Schottenheimer. I'll go ahead and criticize where it's deserved, but as a head coach, the team kept battling.
They did.
And that is a testament to his ability to kind of keep this thing going right now. Let's go back to the phones. Brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. What a crazy game. I mean, this is just one of the most bizarre. And it makes it 10 times better.
Because it's Philadelphia?
It was Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I'm turning around, and we're in the press box, and it is so hard for me. You know this.
Don't admit to you didn't cheer.
I didn't cheer.
I didn't hear you cheer.
I didn't cheer.
Yeah.
But they're smirking. They're smirking back there. It's 21-0, and they're just in their ego.
Were they like Green Bay smirking?
They smirk. And my blood is boiling. And then touchdown, Dallas.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Oh, it's tied. And I wanted so badly to just go on a little victory lap around all of those Eagles media members. There is nothing sweeter than beating the bird turds. All right, let's head out to Philly. Our girl, Laura. Laura, how are you? What a victory.
Guys, I am doing fantastic. A win is a win, no matter how ugly or wild or crazy it was.
There you go, Laura.
Take it.
There you go.
Oh, man. So, listen, we got a short week coming up ahead, and I want to be negative, but are we thinking we're going to see some more Logan Wilson at Mike? Because it was looking a little spotty today.
I do, but in a short week, I don't know that they're going to be changing a ton. If they went rotation today, I think it'll be a similar deal on Thursday.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that they're definitely – I think you're going to see – you're into a little pattern now. We won on Monday night. You got this game. I think you're going to start to see the rotation stabilize. I still feel like that you're going to see Murray. They're going to use everybody that dresses.
Yeah. And third down, it was Overshown and Shamar James the majority of the time.
Right.
But first and second down, and kind of series by series, they're rotating Wilson and Murray. Did you not think that Wilson was playing well?
No. I thought I was kind of worried
like
about
Murray.
Murray.
Okay. I'm like Murray. Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times that he just looks lost. And listen, guys, I don't watch film. Like, I'm not in the all-22 like y'all are, which is why I'm calling the experts. But there's some times that he looks like he's stuck in quicksand.
You're not wrong.
Like, he's not even moving around.
You're not wrong. Yeah, there's some angles and stuff that he takes where his feet just stop, and you're like going, "Gosh, he didn't see that." But these coaches, they're gonna probably keep this rotation going because they have like I say, that good Monday night game. Second half of this game kind of held a really good offense in check. So I could see them continue on with the Thursday with a short week.
And listen, I'm being negative. It was a great defensive performance. Would love to see this carry forward to Thursday. So let's cross our fingers, hope to fix some things, and take the show on the road.
Hey, agreed. Thank you so much, Laura.
Have a great week,
and no question, it's a win, and it's a great win. But there certainly were a lot to look at. You're not being negative.
God,
I mean, I think you got to point out that there were flaws in this one. But you got a lot of self-inflicted wounds in the first half that rewarded the Eagles. I mean, really, if we go back and kind of and rewatch this thing, you're probably going to look back at it and say, the Cowboys had an opportunity to really beat the Eagles pretty well, pretty handedly in this one.
Right.
But that's kind of the way the Eagles have also been playing. They find a way to win these games when they're not playing their best. You finally got one back on them. All right, let's go out to line 3 in California. We got Michael. Michael, what's up, man? All right, let's go to line 4. We got Ruben in Dallas. Ruben!
I think he was doing the Stephen A. Smith laugh there.
You laughing, Ruben?
The Cowboys had an opportunity to really beat.
Oh, I don't think Ruben knows he's on.
Ruben.
All right. Well, let's just go to line 5.
What a shame.
We know this guy's online. It's Big Jim.
Big Jim.
What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? I was going to out myself here. Yeah, I know I'm not a spring chicken. Boys, my blood pressure got so high in the first half, I went and took a lisinopril, and it still wouldn't go down, so I went and grabbed a Cialis. And let me tell you, by the time the second half got here, fellas, I was as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
And I guess, it's kind of like our defense, I guess, in the first half. Listen, it's been a long time since I've seen one like that. And Walchuk, I think you said it, last year's team, or listen, just go back pick the decade since we were real good. We'd fold. We'd fold our tent and go home. And, I got to say, I was so impressed by the resiliency of players that we just don't really talk a whole lot about, getting out there and making plays. That Elijah Clark kid, man, they should do something special for him. That boy was playing so hard. I'm so proud of him. And see, is a deep snapper even supposed to go down the field like that? I mean, that was something. I was just so happy. I hate it for Lamb because I think something's going on there. He just gets in his head. He's not he wants to be a top AAA personality, but it's just not. And I think he gets in his own head. But let me tell you something. Let's just say something right quick. Jerry, I know if you listeners, I figure your boys take this and play it for you. Jerry, I am so happy that you brought George Pickens to us. Yeah. I am so happy that you brought Quentin Williams to us. And you take a lot of crap, my friend, and you wear it. But listen, we all owe you a debt of gratitude because you pulled your dice out, and the old gambler is back. And Jerry, thank you for all that you've done for this franchise this year, because when a lot of other people gave up on them, you didn't, and you went and got us some players who could win. So, Jerry, we appreciate you, and thank you for all you do for the Cowboys. And gents, y'all know how I feel about you. I'm just going to go sit on the back porch with the coon dog and just relax because
thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate
it. We appreciate you, brother. You get that blood pressure figured out. I was about there with you. I had to take a moment, go to the bathroom, and just kind of get myself together for a second there in that second quarter once it was 21-0. But my gosh, absolutely. Hey, we'll kick Jerry in the junk plenty, but this team needed reinforcements. I said it, and a lot of people disagreed with me. I didn't think Matt Eberflus was a bad defensive coach all of a sudden, right? And, hey, time will tell the rest of this year, but he did not have good players to work with. They have upgraded their personnel now. When you add Quinnen Williams, when you add Logan Wilson, when you get Savone Ravel back on the field, DeMarvion Overshone back on the field, and the addition of Quinnen Williams then makes everybody else better. Kenny Clark, Osa Odigizua, Jadeveon Clowney now is stepping up and playing well. Bland, yes, Donovan Ezeraku, right? We want everybody to just be awesome. Week 1, week 2, week 3. He's a rookie in the NFL. It's going to take a little bit of time. Give him some grace. Well, finally, all of a sudden the talent's better on the field. The defense is playing better. And now you want to go ahead and praise Flus. So, I mean, hey, it was a lot. It wasn't a defense of Flus. I thought it was just reality. This defense wasn't good. The players weren't good. They've improved to where now they've given themselves a shot.
They've given themselves a
and
chance.
Today they were fantastic.
Yeah, sure were.
Absolutely fantastic. Cowboys' win probability was as low as 3.3% in their comeback win over the Eagles. They trailed 21-0 at the 5:07 mark of the first half. Then they go ahead and score the 24 unanswered points, a 3% chance to win. Absolutely unbelievable. As Dak Prescott about to take the podium here, we'll hear from him in just a moment. We'll also hear from Brian Schottenheimer. Jerry Jones has been talking. He was asked some questions about George Pickens. Of course, he'd want George Pickens back. We had an Ian Rappaport report earlier before the game started that the franchise tag might be on the table for one George Pickens, which is something we've discussed. That would make a lot of sense, but they do definitely want to try and bring back George Pickens as well. And they've had early starts about a contract extension for Brandon Aubrey as well, as Butter Aubrey walks this one off. All right, back to your calls and texts. We'll hear from Shotty. We'll hear from Dak. Brad Sham will join us. Dallas Cowboys football. We'll continue in a moment.
Cowboys fans, here's the game plan. Touchdown Tuesday at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Cowboys gear and save 25% on your oil change. No huddle, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out. You'll be tailgate ready in 10 minutes flat. Keeping up with your car shouldn't be a tough call. Take 5 makes it as easy as calling the coin toss. Take 5 is the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Prescott on second down. Back and runs up out of the pocket. Runs to his left, to the 10, to the 5, cuts to his right. Somersault at the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown for the Captain! Touchdown, Prescott! You're too old to somersault. An 8-yard scramble, and they're an extra point away from coming all the way back.
Oh, there's something special when Dak runs in for a touchdown. Those are some of my favorite ones when Dak scrambles, and that was a special one with the somersault in there. As Dak today, the Cowboys' all-time leading passer, he passes Tony Romo, becoming the all-time leader in quarterback, fourth quarter overtime comebacks with 25, ties the biggest comeback victory in franchise history with a 21-point comeback. Unbelievable. As look, the offense, not fantastic, but when they needed it, Dak was great. And if you're ready to learn a new game and invest like the pros, don't worry. Even the pros were rookies in crypto once. Blockchain.com makes buying, selling, and trading crypto easy. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. Zach Wolchuk, the Super Bowl winning scout, Brian Broaddus, 24-21. Butter walks it off. They beat the Eagles here in the Miller Lite Field Club. It's the postgame show, and your voice of the Dallas Cowboys, the legendary Brad Sham. And Brad, you were saying this as you were signing off. I mean, you've seen so much Dallas Cowboys football in your time, sir. But this game was probably one that I think for even you, it's hard to pinpoint just how bizarre this one was.
Have we reached the hour and the point in the program where cursing's allowed?
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
That may come when I get home to my bottle of cognac. Zach, I have nothing to which to compare it. And I know that there have been, I keep track. This is my 976th game, I think.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, well,
that's
thanks. And I know there have been other big games, and there have been other big comebacks, and there have been wins that were much more important in the playoffs. I just don't have anything to compare this to, and the improbability of one team in the first half almost having to invent ways to screw up. Let's just make a list, fellas. Before we go out there, do me a favor. Everybody think of something we can do to screw this up the most we possibly could.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Yeah.
And then have the
That's your pregame talk?
That's your pregame talk.
Yeah, pregame talk. Yeah.
Now, in the second half, you have the other team come up and say, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to make it look worse.
Yeah.
Let me out penalty you in the half like 8-2. Let me have my punt returner decide to field one at the 2-yard line. Let me blah, 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 blah. I got nothing. It was just so much fun. So much fun. And so, to me, they're so far behind in the playoff race, I don't even care about that. I don't even think about it. They've already dug that hole. Now, I felt that way about this game. If they wind up climbing out of it, hooray, hooray. But the key to me, and in fact, I did say this, Zach, late in the second quarter. I said, you know what? I think they should forget about the outcome of this game. Forget about it. It's not important. Play well from now forward. Play well now. Because if you play well now and be representative the rest of the day, then you can go ahead and build from that in what's left of the season.
Yeah.
Well, winning like this, now, these are good teams they're playing. It's a short week, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. I am not one to yuck anyone's yum tonight. This was just too much fun.
When you speak of too much fun, that number 3 is a fun guy to watch play wide receiver, isn't he?
Have
you seen anybody attack the ball?
No.
And I'm not trying to be like dramatic guy, but it's like he tracks it and he attacks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there were like Kelly Green shirts all around.
Has he dropped a ball this year?
Well, he was 9 for 9 on targets and catches today.
Yeah. He had one that I recall in Chicago.
He did drop one?
One in Chicago.
It was a slant, right? Was it like a slant?
I don't remember, and it's not important because I agree with you. And I was very happy to hear that Steven said on these very airwaves, I believe on Friday,
Friday,
that Were you part of that show?
Yeah. I asked him the question.
Look at you with your Pulitzer.
He called a walk-off kick, too, to win it.
It's been a good one today.
Did he not say, because I've been saying this for about 3 weeks, when people say, well, what? I mean, if you just watch the games, can you not see what their offense is with the two of them?
Yeah.
And how do you even entertain the thought of not? Now, the question I want to find out, and it's not for tonight, but I want to ask, and I actually am doing an event with the family in a few weeks, and I'm going to ask them, can you find a way to make that money work and keep Kenny Clark? Because that stuff that's going on up front, that's not all Quinnen Williams. It's mostly Quinnen Williams is the difference. But look at what Osa's doing the last few weeks.
Yes.
And Thomas, who you have for next year. And I've got to keep that core together. I'll get some pieces on the outside. I'll draft somebody. I'll buy a free agent. If they're ever going to take advantage of a window and stretch financially, now's the time. But Pickens he has been a difference maker on the offense.
Phenomenal. And you talk about the way the defense played. I mean, from the 12-minute mark in the second quarter, Philly didn't score a point. And, I mean, we're up there in the second half. You think you can get another stop? And for the majority of this year, it was, probably not. But this defense, time after time, came up with plays.
I have asked Bob Thomas, my statistician for going on like 40 years, to create me a chart. We're going to, because when we get the stats every week, this is their offensive stats, this is their defensive stats. And I've asked Bob to create me a chart, which I'll have before Thursday. And we're going to track their defense from before the Las Vegas game to the end of the year and compare, because it is Quinnen Williams, but it's not just Quinnen Williams. It's Wilson. It's Revel.
The young corners involved.
Yes, and Carson didn't have a great game tonight, but he fought back and he came back. And Brian, you've devoted your very life to this, and for me and Zach, it's a little bit of a revelation. It's a bit of a surprise. You've known it all your working career. Good players are better than bad players.
Ain't that the truth?
That
needs to be the next T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
Good players are better than bad players.
The more good players you have, the more chance you have of being a good team. And so that's what I think is beginning to happen there with the defense, because now the offense wants to score every time, knows that it is a threat to, and they don't necessarily have to anymore. That's the difference, and it happened in 3 weeks.
It takes pressure off. Now, I did want to ask you about some of the fourth down, goal to go. You go for it. You don't kick the field goal.
Are you laughing because you know my answer?
I'm just like...
Take the points, right? I mean, I think we've had this conversation before, Brad. Take the points.
I sent, was it last week that there was a game in Spain? Miami played somebody at 8:30 in the morning in Spain.
Yes.
And McDaniel... Played the Commanders. And McDaniel, now we've got, what do we care, Miami and Washington.
Right.
So it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Football.
And we were getting ready to, what were we doing? Going to the airport? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
And McDaniel passed up the potential winning field goal with 49 seconds left, and Washington had no timeout.
Right.
And I sent Babe a text, and I said, I hope this blanky blank loses every game for the rest of his life. And they're doing it in college football. Yeah. It's not a question of right or wrong, because all this stuff, Zach, as you well know, it's an opinion.
Sure.
I didn't like doing it on the first possession of the game. I know you believe in your defense, but why would you give them half a field to start the game?
Yep. Considering they were having problems offensively to begin with.
Why would you do that? And then not to kick with 3 minutes left.
I had no idea. See, the thing was, the thought I had was, I'm always this guy that goes, the coaches don't always know the condition of their team. You know, there's certain decisions you make because, like, if you're not stopping somebody all day and you go for two to try and win a game, it's like, did you see what my defense was doing today?
Yeah, but I think he does know his team.
But that to me, his defense had been playing great. kick the field goal, play defense.
Okay, I'm going to be the devil's advocate now. I'll be him.
Okay.
He
got bailed out tonight, Brad. You know that.
I'm going to say if I'm him, my answer to you would be, yeah, I know what my defense is doing. That's why I wasn't afraid to go for it, because they had to go the length of the field.
At the 1 yard line?
And I thoroughly believe my defense is going to get me the ball back. I'm going to have another chance. That's how much. It's you who don't believe in the defense. That's why you don't want to. So now, I don't agree.
I saw the defense get stop after stop after stop. And I'm like going, kick it. Go ahead. And
we are going to the same church on this one, but I think that could be a reasonable answer for someone who went for it to say, no, you're not understanding how much I believe in my defense.
Yeah.
I don't think they can drive the length of the field.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, because the Grand Emperor Tim Collins has just given
the Grand Emperor.
the break sign.
He told you to break. But we get to do this in a few more days.
In 4 days. But I just want to say this. I don't remember a game that hit me like this one, and I actually am very interested to hear my call on Prescott's touchdown, because that might be as excited as I've been.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was a great call.
We played it on the way back. It was
fantastic. You're too old. Don't do that. But don't try to stop him either.
No. Brad, thank you so much.
All right, boys.
This was a blast. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to miss you on Thursday.
Where are you going to be?
Eric's going to be in. I got a newborn daughter and a wife who wanted me to spend Thanksgiving with the fam. I'm sorry. But I'm doubling up on Christmas Day.
Yeah, because
Eric's off on Christmas Day.
Yeah, because like me, you and I are of the faith that does not put Christmas at the top of the list. We respect it, but we don't celebrate it.
Right.
So you giving up Christmas is nothing.
Nothing.
That's like, that doesn't count.
No. But I did work both Thanksgiving last year. I don't know if that makes up for anything in your mind.
Last year was last year.
Yeah, they've never seen each other, just like last week and this week.
Last week and this week have never had.
Tell the young man we sign up for all of them.
I know.
We play.
Hey, happy wife, happy life, boys.
We sign up for all of them.
Okay, well, now that made sense.
I didn't want to battle it.
That made sense. All right.
I appreciate
careful.
you guys.
I'll see you on Thursday.
I will see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Brad. There he goes, the voice of your Dallas Cowboys, the legendary Brad Sham, with us here in the Miller Lite Field Club after one of the more improbable Dallas Cowboy victories in the history of the franchise. Unbelievable. 24-21. Cowboys come all the way back. They beat the Eagles. That's right. They beat the Eagles. We'll hear from Brian Schottenheimer. We'll hear from Dak Prescott. Your calls and texts, 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
On game day, Cowboys fans deserve Pepsi. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. And by DallasCowboys.com. Keep track of the boys with daily podcasts and up-to-the-minute blogging at DallasCowboys.com and on the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Nice high kick. Gibson drifting back. He's going to field it at the 3-yard line. Starts left, goes right, gets away from containment, and then he's tripped at the 10. And the ball's out! And the Cowboys, I think, are on the ball! The Cowboys are on the ball at the 7-yard line! I think it's Trent Sig. Marquise Bell knocked that ball loose, and Trent Sig, the long snapper, got down under it and recovered the Cowboys' second takeaway of this fourth quarter.
Unreal. I mean, just every single emotion possible as a sports fan watching this one. From desperation, anger, disgust, and then jubilation. And I mean, everything. You're just at the edge of your seat with the way this fourth quarter ended up going. Cowboys rally from 21 down, tied into the longest comeback win in franchise history, 24-21. Brandon Aubrey walks it off. They beat the Eagles. They're 5-1. Philly drops to 8-3. And the Eagles, with that 21-point blown lead today to the Cowboys, that's the biggest blown lead ever by a defending Super Bowl champ. The last one that was also 21, they tied, was the 03 Bucks. The 2003 Buccaneers, the last defending Super Bowl champion to lose a football game when leading by 21 points. So this one, hey, you always wonder when something could spiral a Philly season. Maybe this one could. Maybe this one could. And maybe on the other side of things, where I'm sure we've got plenty of time to discuss some of the decisions that Shoddy and company made, but this is the first signature win, really, for Brian Schottenheimer as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Can this now help propel you? Who knows what happens? Playoffs might be out of reach. You dug yourself a big hole. But can this end up making you go on a little bit of a run here and you stack up some victories? Let's hear from head coach Brian Schottenheimer after this 24-21 Cowboys win.
Coach, welcome to DallasCowboys.com. Going down 21 points going into the half, what was your message to the guys that galvanized them to go out in the second half and achieve what they did on all three phases?
Yeah, Patrick, it's what we've talked about from the beginning. You know, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. You can't win the game in the first quarter, second, third, but you win the game in the fourth quarter, man. And we just talked about that. We shot ourselves in the foot. I told them that. But I told them believe in each other, believe in the fact we're going to find a way to do it. And I really think today really epitomized a lot of things that those guys have been believing and doing. And it was great to get that win against a damn good football team.
What you saw from George Pickens out there, it's another 100-yard game for him with the touchdown, but also the critical chunk play as you guys went down on that eventual game-winning drive. Just talk about his consistency and his drive and playing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, GP's an incredible player. CD's an incredible player. Javonte played great. You know, George doesn't surprise me at all, you know, and the beautiful thing is, you know, those two guys aren't nearly as good without each other. I mean, that's real, you know, because you can cloud coverages, and they were trying to do certain things to take those guys away, and that's why you need more than one. And but again, he just continues to step up and do a heck of a job. And, you know, the sudden change, you know, pass to him was awesome, and just really proud of him.
Ed Werder, WFAA. Defense has been justifiably maligned much of the season, but today it seemed like winning started with them going 8 consecutive possessions without allowing a point.
Yeah, incredible, right? I think, you know, you look at the run stats, Ed, I'll start there. I mean, what we're able to do to Saquon, who is arguably the best back in the league, and I think he had 10 for 22 or something like that. But, you know, they just kept playing, man, and, you know, didn't have great pass rush today. I felt that, you know, it looked like Jalen was back there quite a bit, but man, the tackling I thought was really, really good. We did a really good job on third down, and I mean, they're the ones that kind of jump-started us, you know, and we were, of course, able to get the touchdown right at the end of the first half. That was big to cut it to 21-7 and give us a little bit of momentum, but, you know, that's two weeks in a row they've played really, really well, and you can see the confidence in that entire group.
The Illinois punt block attempt that led to a penalty, he seemed right away to be suggesting that he made contact with the ball. Did you consider throwing a challenge on him?
He did. We talked about it, but when we looked at the video, we just didn't feel like it was conclusive. And even if he says he hit it, which he probably did, if they're not going to see it, or if we can't see it, they're probably not going to see it either. So that's why we decided not to challenge it.
Can you challenge it because it was a penalty you were challenging?
Yeah.
Dan Dino says you would have prevailed.
Say again?
Dino says you would have been the penalty would have been overturned.
Oh, really?
There was video evidence in there.
Okay. Yeah. No, we talked about it. Me and Feeder were talking about it, and we couldn't get a good look at it. And Flo was adamant about it. And we listen to our players. I trust those guys completely, but again, they have to look at it. And so, again, sounds like we should have challenged it. But again, just part of the game. And then again, we get the one and they call it a 5-yard penalty. So, they get the roughing and we get the 5-yard run into,
Yeah. Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Fox has said that on an enhanced replay they did see the tip, but it was too late because it was like a play later that ran.
That they saw it, yeah, that's what Ed and I were just talking about,
Is that the loudest, more emotional locker room we've had this year?
Yeah, I think, again, we're that victory shows us what we've been preaching about. You can be down 21-0 and you just keep playing, and then it's 21-7, and you go into halftime, you make some adjustments, and the next thing you know, it's 21-14. You keep playing. And then, we had a chance to put them away there. I liked the call on 4th down. I felt really good about the call. I wanted to score the touchdown. Felt really good about it. They made a play and got good rush on Dak, so we didn't get in. But how about our defense, man? They just stepped up, gave us the ball back, and, I think the big pass to George was huge right there.
There's Brian Schottenheimer after this 24-21 Cowboys comeback victory over the Eagles. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Hello, baby.
KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
An Odyssey sports station.
Woo! You just cheered for America's team on the field. Now see them on the reels. Cowboys themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, now at a casino near you. Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. And do you have a gambling problem? Please contact 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over. 877-881-1053 to join the conversation here on the official postgame show of your Dallas Cowboys. 877-881-1053. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus here in the Miller Lite Field Club. And certainly what a crazy one this game was from 21 down. Cowboys, and this is from our buddy Babe Laufenberg. Cowboys are 4-36 since 2020 when they trailed going into the fourth quarter. They're now 5-36. This certainly was one of those games that they probably don't win in previous years, but they found a way to gut this one out against a team that's really made a living off of that, and the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles, they play in these type of games. They've been doing it all year, and they're the one usually on the other side with a victory. But the Cowboys find a way to get it done. Defensively, brilliant. And offensively, we got some text right now. Is anybody playing better at wide receiver than George Pickens?
Man, I can't say I watch all the games.
I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba would be the only one, maybe, that's in that conversation. He's having a phenomenal year with Seattle.
Yeah, it's like I say, I focus on this team and I focus on who the opponent is a lot of the time, But I just don't know I'm trying to think of the receivers that just, if you're a coordinator, you put on the tape and you're going, who the hell scares me? Who scares me? You could tell tonight, the way that Pickens was playing, that these Eagles corners were, there was a little bit of that fright.
Yeah.
When they're trying to double him and they're trying to play him on the slant, and he's just, his ability to go get the football and just attack it, and the run after catch, and it's just he tracks it. There's so many things about it. It's so much like watching him, Zach. I know you and I did the film. It's like what he did at Georgia. Mm-hmm. He goes to the Steelers, and you're thinking, wow, what happened to that guy? But now you're seeing what we all saw this kid when he was playing at Georgia. His ability is just he's just got a rare ability, and he's so damn competitive too. I mean, he takes it personal, when he's out there playing. And I tip the cap, if the pro guys are driving home, and good for you guys, and good for Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones for deciding that the third-round pick, they've squandered some picks along the way. They gave up some picks for Trey Lance. We'll see about the Mingo one. I saw where he was in for one play today, I think, that I saw. But, other than that, like I say, George Pickens has been a home run.
Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant. I think he's playing on another level. JSN, like I said, technically I think he's leading the league in receiving yards, but not by a lot more after today's numbers come in than GP3. But Pickens has been he's been on another world. The catch that he made over 2 or 3 Eagles along the sideline, it's like anything you throw up to him. It felt like Flacco and Chase on Thursday Night Football when him and Rodgers went back and forth, the oldies, Cincy in Pittsburgh. And Flacco was just dropping back, and he's just throwing to Jamar Chase every play. I felt like that's what you should do. Don't even worry about calling plays. Dak, line up, throw it to 3, and good things are probably going to happen to you.
We were talking about that in the press box. It just every pass needs to go his direction. Make them have to defend. We said it at halftime that they did not have an answer for him. They just did, and those are 2 really damn good corners that they have.
Yeah, phenomenal. All right, we'll get back to your calls and texts, 877-881-1053. We'll also hear from Dak Prescott, your new all-time leading passer in Cowboys history, and your owner and general manager, Jerry Jones. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
From retirement planning to insurance, SWBC has customized solutions to help individuals and businesses. Visit swbc.com to learn more.
Whether you're in the courtroom or on the
in order to get started today.
Kurtz looking over the defense. Snap is back on third down. Lots of time. Here they come. Down he goes. Oso Digizua. And timeout is called. Osa has been living right on the periphery all day.
What a big-time sack that was. Osa Digizua got the ball back to the Cowboys. They go on and win it with the Brandon Aubrey walk-off field goal, 24-21. They come from 21 down and rally to beat the Eagles here at AT&T Stadium. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus live here in the Miller Lite Field Club. Dak Prescott today becoming the Cowboys' all-time leading passer in franchise history. Moved past Tony Romo. He took the podium after this big-time comeback win.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. Just talk about the jubilation of this type of comeback. Went down 21-0, and I don't know if you believed or gave up hope. A lot of people did, thought it was over, and then to have a comeback like that.
It was needed. Yeah, that game was needed, and no, never blinked, never had any doubt, and 1,000% believed from the beginning. I mean, there was times, right, I'm telling guys, believe, and then there was a moment there in the fourth quarter where a book goes, believe, and I go, I know. Like, we're done with the believe. We've believed long enough, and we've got ourselves back in this game. Like, now you've got to know, and so that's just it's a testament to this brotherhood, sticking together, going down 21 against the defending Super Bowl champs in a division game is tough, and like you said, I'm sure there was fans, I'm sure there was people, right, oh, this is over, these guys are going to run off, but Defense. I can't give them enough credit. We wouldn't have won this game without the opportunities that they gave us over and over again. It was also moments of just, when they get a stop or something happen, whether it was Quinnen or Donovan, one of those guys telling me, we got you. And then when they did stop, I'm telling them, we told you. Just continuation of what we did last week and just sticking together. And like I said, it's about the brotherhood. And trust me, once again, we're always going to do it and do it for Marshawn, and he was felt tonight, and I'm sure he was playing right there alongside with us.
You brought up Marshawn, and Shotty talked about the dance part in the locker room, his flag, his jersey, everybody was dancing. Can you describe the scene in there and what that was like? I
think I missed most of it. I think I did, yeah. I mean, that's what it was. I think I missed that part doing the interview out there with GP. When I got in there, there was some dancing was fading off, and I honestly had a headache, so I just dapped off my people, gave love, and I know it was electric, though. I'm sure it was.
Dak, Todd Archer, the ESPN. Is how you guys win, is that something that can carry over and can keep going not only Thursday but into Detroit, into the upcoming games? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think how you win is just as important as obviously the result, but the important part when you win a game like this, being down 21-0. There's going to be moments when you're down a touchdown. There's going to be moments when you're down maybe 2 touchdowns, and that's not going to be the last time for the season. And when you have a game like this, talking about the belief or knowing that's what this allows guys in that locker room to do is to believe we're going to come back or know that we have the team, the brotherhood, the connection to do just that. I was just talking to Dave walking in here, and I love that. I love being down. I don't know why, I couldn't tell you. Now, trust me, it's fun when you're up. You can laugh, you can joke, but when you're down, it requires such a unique place that you have to get to in resilience and focus and taking it one play at a time and just trying to lead the other guys and get them to do the same. And when they do, and you end up winning a game like this, this can be huge for us moving forward, and it will be. And as we talked about all week, getting on a run. This is a hell of a way to get number 2, and we've got to enjoy it tonight, and that's it, and be ready for Thursday.
How much better is it to have a record that you set tonight in a win?
One more time. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. They did the whole deal when we're during the timeout break, and some of the guys are congratulations, and I'm like, no, like whatever, like. We'll celebrate this when we win. Like I don't want to hear anything about that right now. And yeah, so I mean now I can enjoy that a little bit, reflect, sure, smile, laughed. I can tell you when initially I looked up and saw my name up there and saw that there was a little emotion that hit me that I damn sure wasn't ready for and didn't know that would come. And I think that's why I countered it with anger of no, let that go. Like we'll celebrate this later. blessed, thankful. I'm just a result of a lot of hard work, good people around me, great teammates that care, and we're going to keep going.
There he is, your victorious quarterback and the new all-time leader in passing yards in franchise history, Dak Prescott, after this 24-21 Cowboys victory over the Eagles, brought to you by the all-new National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, brings the stories of America's greatest heroes to life through virtual experiences and exciting interactive technology. Plan your visit today at mohmuseum.org. And there were times... And I was already seeing it. It's, you play against an elite team, a good defense, and, Dak's going to choke, and the offense isn't any good. I don't want to hear about the offense being elite. And, hey, I think that when Dak, and certainly we go back and watch this thing and on the All-22 in the tape, that there's going to be plays out there. The interception was bad, trying to force one in over the middle to CeeDee Lamb that was also intercepted. There were certainly some plays that I don't think Dak had his best game. But to keep on going from 21-0 down and to rally and to make some of the plays he did using his legs, running for that tying touchdown.
I cheered in the press box because I yelled dive.
Yeah.
I just yelled dive. And
those are big-time plays, man. Those are big-time plays.
Sure. You're absolutely right about that. And, he's one of those guys that will never quit. It might not always look pretty. It might not get done. There'll be times when it does get done. Tonight it did. The defense kept him in a game. He made some really clutch throws. I'm really excited to see the offensive line play in the morning because I went into this game talking a lot about Phillips.
Yeah.
And
I didn't actually notice Jalen Phillips.
Didn't notice him at all tonight.
Jordan Davis had a couple of good plays.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was coming from the middle.
Yeah, it was absolutely, the middle but the edge of the defense, these tackles, and we were really worried. There were some questions that we were asking ourselves about, which combination that didn't play the first time. Mm-hmm. Would Carter and Phillips be better than
Overshown and Quentin Williams?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I think you'd have to say that, it was really the two tackles were a draw, mm-hmm. and the linebackers, I know there were a couple plays where Overshown he was in position, made some plays, and looked like he was spying one time. I just wish he would blitz. I wish if he was spying, just go, and he can close on somebody so quick. Like if they get this week in the short week with Mahomes, mm-hmm. just close. Like Mahomes is elusive to a point, but you can capture him that way. So I'd just like to see him. I'd like to see him do a little bit more of that, but no really Phillips today was not a factor. Hey, by the way, Zach, Todd Archer got a chance to interview and thanks to Tim Collins for forwarding this to me here. He got a chance to talk to the NFL Vice President of Instant Replay, Mark Butterworth. Real name, Mark Butterworth, and he asked him the question: Can you kind of walk us through the protocol on how replay assists to get involved in the roughing the punter play? Mm-hmm. And Butterworth went through all the thing. But the final thing that he said is, Todd asked the question, if the Cowboys had seen this, could they have challenged the play as well? And Butterworth said, yes, the defense, the Dallas Cowboys could have challenged it at any point, and we would have stopped it to look at it. By stopping it to look at it, we probably would have gotten an enhanced shot from the broadcast that would show that the ball was indeed tipped.
Right.
So they initially didn't have the enhanced shot. Yeah. Fox went back with the enhanced shot, and so if there was a challenge,
they would have been able to see that.
They would have been able to see that
and then overturn it.
Exactly.
So, and that's a tough one to be in. But and Ryan Flanoy on the field was saying, I tipped it. So that was one where, I mean, if you're Coach Schottenheimer, maybe that's a learning. Schotty hasn't thrown a challenge to play all year.
Right.
That's one I probably, if he has the chance to go back in the future, if a situation like that happens, maybe you just throw the flag and say because that was a huge swing in the game. Huge swing.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So, like I say, Mark Butterworth, he said, just to be clear, if Fox had shown the replay sooner, then there likely would have not been roughing the punter call. That was a question from Archer, and Butterworth said correct. Their enhanced shot showed the ball was tipped prior to contact to the punter by the fouling player.
Well, great job by Todd there.
And good for those guys. Good for the Cowboy beat writers for requesting a opportunity, and they can do that. They can request a pool report that will go to everybody. Both sides, the Eagles reporters, the Cowboys reporters, and then the national reporters as well. So we all know that, according to league, this could have been potentially overturned. And it was. It was a very key point in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text. Let's go ahead and try and get in a couple of your calls. I know you've been waiting very patiently. Let's go out to line one. We've got John in Wichita. John, you're on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, the D's back in Dallas, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm just very glad. I wore a overshown jersey to a 10-mile run, and I had to make a lot of promises to spectators about defense is back. It's completely different, and boy, was I justified. I mean, I think, honestly, this could have been a way more one-sided game if there was just no stupid mistakes at the beginning. And honestly, I think, the best road to the playoffs might be hoping that this lit the fuse that will lead to the explosion of the Eagles locker room and all that stuff.
I'm with you, man. You never know when that could happen. We saw it a couple of years ago. I mean, that is a good football team. As much as I can't stand the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, you can't deny he's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1. There's a lot of various personalities in that locker room. He keeps that thing going. But Jalen Hurts today, certainly you could kind of see some of the frustration where he holds the ball. He doesn't want to push the ball down the field. And the one thing that did scare me from him and coming into the game, because we saw it week 1, was his rushing. And the Cowboys did do. He did have 33 yards on the ground, average almost 5 yards a carry, but only a long.
But it wasn't devastating.
No.
And
it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's third down. He scrambles again backside. They did a good job of pursuit. A lot of that I do think Overshown certainly probably had a big impact in as well. And Shamar James, some speed
Clowney ran one down to the sidelines too. Yeah.
Absolutely, he did. Overshown surprisingly ended up leading the team in tackles. 4 solo, 1 assisted, so 5 total tackles for Overshown. Hooker and Donovan Wilson also with 5. Kalen Carson ended up with 4, and then you have Osa who got the 1 sack in the game, but huge. I mean, just huge plays by this defense. The fumble that was forced as well. All right, let's go out to line 2. We got Wayne calling in Athens. Wayne, what's up? All right, let's go to line 3. Tim, 4. Let's go to line 4. JK and Prosper. What's up, JK?
What's up, guys? Hey, look, man, the little mistakes and the lack of details still drives me nuts. Schottenheimer seems a little too lax. I mean, he says you can't win a game in the first quarter or second quarter. You can dang sure lose one. Mm-hmm. And I thought I just thought they didn't come out as energized in the beginning as I thought they would for this game. But look, the defense has taken their lumps this year in the media, the national media. It's all about the defense. But let's be honest. You got 60% plus of your salary cap going to the offense. I have higher expectations for this team, and I don't think they've gotten enough of the blame for what their record is this year. I'm expecting them not to average 30 points, but to literally score 30 points every game. And this was my big complaint about Dak when he got both of his contracts. He needs so much help around him to be great. And look at all the help he's got around him, and they're just not putting the points up that they should. And he's got a running game this year, so those are my concerns about this team. Great win. It was, I can't remember a game like this that the Cowboys actually won with so many back and forth moments. They always seem to find a way to squander these games. They get you back into it after you've turned it off and you're ticked off, and then just to watch them lose. And today they're totally different. But I'd say the offense hasn't gotten enough blame this year in the media, including from you guys at y'all's radio station, which I'm a Tolo and listen to you every day. In fact, we even advertise on your show. So big supporters of you guys, but let's put this on the offense this year.
Let me ask you this, though, sir. Are you, and I'm just asking, are you not generally just a Dak fan? Or as a Cowboy fan, you're not a fan of his game?
I don't think
I think there's plenty. I think there's plenty of times. I'll say this, and I appreciate being a Tolo and a sponsor and all that. I think there's plenty of platforms that we have discussions about, and even on our own station, talking about. We knew how damn bad the defense was, and that the fact that they were going to have to play at a very high level. That's why
all your money going to the offense. So that's what your expectations should be. This team is built with the offense.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. But you're pointing out as a Tolo and as as somebody that listens that we don't criticize the offense enough, which I adamantly disagree with you about that. I think all our shows talk about the issues that they have on offense, whether it's the offense line. It's got to the point where we even talked about drafting first-round offensive linemen. Because maybe you have to do more, and then there's a lot of guys that have gone to the point of like, well, damn, you got to sign, Pickens too, right? You got to go get a running back. You got to do, there's I challenge you. I don't think that I think you're saying something. I just don't believe you're saying the right thing.
Well, do you believe that Pickens is? Pickens is making, or Lamb is making it to where, with his inconsistencies, that Jerry's definitely going to have to figure out a way to keep Pickens to be an insurance policy against Lamb's inconsistencies.
It's and when you look at team building, it's probably the worst thing to do to have two receivers like that. Yeah. But you know what? We're in a different era of football. We really are. With teams,
Lamb and Parsons got some. Lamb and Parsons have some similarities with their competitiveness, their football integrity. Not saying he doesn't have integrity as a human being, but his football integrity, those two guys both have a lot of front runner in them, in my opinion.
You mad because the guy went out and got drunk the other night before a game?
Am I mad that he got drunk before a game?
Yeah, well, Monday night. Yeah, Monday night.
You talking about
Lamb?
Lamb?
Yeah, Lamb.
Yeah, and just in the game, when it starts going south, this guy doesn't. When things are going well for him, boy, he's smiling. He's over on the sideline. It's almost like, I don't know, man. I can't stand watching it. And to me, it lacks the competitive integrity. It's a competitive integrity issue for me, man.
You and I differ, but thanks for the call.
I appreciate the call, Wayne. I think CD's always had this when it comes to body language. And there's times where he'll give off body language that rubs people the wrong way. I just think, the drops are big, and CD's got to figure that out. And there does seem to be something today. He wasn't quite himself. But if you look overall throughout the year, CD's still been very, very productive. And in the first chunk of the season, before he got hurt, and then George was able to really kind of take over the offense, it was CD. It was every time he steps on the field, it's 100 yards a game. I mean, CD's been certainly a model of consistency. I know right now, prisoner of the moment, it's all George Pickens right now. But if you look at their careers, and even with bad quarterbacks, Andy Dalton, Cooper Rush, who has stunk in Baltimore this year during his time.
Sure.
CeeDee Lamb has gone out and put up monster games.
Totally agree.
So I don't want to hear the George Pickens quarterback thing. When CeeDee hasn't had Dak, he still played really well.
Yep.
So, CeeDee today was bad. He was not himself, and he needs to play at a higher standard. But I do think...
I think he's saying for the entire year, which I also disagree with him on
right.
that. Yeah.
And look, the Cowboys now are spending money on defense. They've paid two corners. Unfortunately, Diggs, that one's not looking good.
Yeah.
But they paid Bland.
And they're traded for
three defensive tackles. They're paying $20+ million.
Exactly.
So there is some money being spent on the defensive side of the football. But I appreciate the call, Wayne. All right, let's go ahead. We'll get our drive of the game coming up on the other side. We'll also hear from Jerry. We'll get back to your calls and text 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better...
Pepsi postgame show continues. Pepsi, proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Pepsi. Whether tailgating at the stadium or grilling at home, on game day, Cowboys fans deserve Pepsi. Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. The islands of the Bahamas. It's not one island. It's a lifetime of them. And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Snap and hold, 42-yard kick from Aubrey. The Cowboys have won this football game. Butter. I don't know when they've won one that felt like this. 42 for Aubrey, and the Cowboys win 24-21.
Oh, what a special one today was. 9 plays, 49 yards, taking the final minute 35 off the clock. And Brandon Butter Aubrey walking it off from 42 yards away. That is our drive of the game. Today's game between the Philadelphia Eagles and your Dallas Cowboys here at AT&T Stadium is brought to you by American Airlines, the official airline of the Dallas Cowboys, as they get the win 24-21, Brian.
Yeah, just going through and looking through the blocking stats in this one, and we talked about it in the pregame. We kind of talked about it leading up to the game about trying to get Landon Dickerson one-on-one, in this game. And he had – they usually don't like to do it, but he was a little over half the time, 54.8% one-on-one. He gave up the 1 sack. He gave up the most pressures for the Eagles. He gave up 5 pressures. Mailata gave up 4. Fred Johnson gave up 3. Landon Dickerson gave up 5. Cam Jurgens was 3, and Tyler Steig was 4 as well. And the big sack was the one that came with Landon, and that was when he was one-on-one.
Yeah, they had that matchup. You talked about that all week, Brian.
Yeah, we talked about that one. All right, for the Cowboys on this one, though, Terrence Steele had 39 pass block snaps. He had 5 pressures, no sacks. He was one-on-one only 61% of the time. So in this game, they probably did a little bit more. These guys are usually 70, 80% one-on-one, the tackles, but they protected it up a little bit more in this game. Tyler Smith, 2 pressures. Cooper Beebe, 1 pressure in 39 pass block snaps. Tyler Booker had 2. Tyler Guyton had 3. Here's your good one. Nate Thomas played 16 pass block snaps, only had the 1 pressure. So good for him after last time coming into a game.
Yeah.
And then kind of, getting like 19 snaps and had like 5 pressures, right off that. So
no, he certainly was good, and the offense making some plays following that. Let's go ahead and we'll get back to the phones in a moment, 877-881-1053. But Jerry Jones talking to reporters afterwards. Here's what your owner and general manager had to say.
So proud of those guys. Every one of them had to give their best. They all had to do something positive to make that happen. I don't know when we've ever early worked any harder to have a team hand us a loss. But to these teams' credit, I'm so proud of that defense. And when you really look at what that defense helped overcome for us, then you've got to be excited about what we've got out here. I hope our fans are as proud of these players as I am. In 4 days, we'll be playing again, and they can't wait, and I can't wait to play again.
What was going through your mind, a 4th and goal with the one where they gave it up on downs and it was looking like it could go against you?
Well, of course, everything we got, we seemed to make it hard before we got it all day. And that needs to, they'll be the first to tell you we need to not make it so easy for the other team. But they took advantage of it. We got behind, but boy, to that defense's credit. That they kept that bunch in check and let Dak and his crew do some more.
We talked all week, for a few weeks now, about you guys digging yourself a hole. Does this game like this allow you to dream that maybe you can dig out of it?
Yes, very much. Very much. This game tonight, this was our season. Here we were in front of the country this afternoon, and an opportunity to play the #1 rated team. One that we thought we played pretty good against when we opened the season, but for whatever the reason, we didn't play as well as after we played them before. Boy, I'll tell you, when we got in this game tonight and I saw us making the kinds of mistakes we were making, then certainly that was a downtime. The players on the field didn't let it be a downtime, I'll tell you that. And that defense, I just can't say enough about it. They rose to the occasion. They're playing with each other. They're doing for each other, which is what you have to do on defense. A lot of credit goes to our coaching.
Where's that George Pickens stock right now when you know that money talk is going to come in the offseason too? Where's George Pickens stock right now?
Well, I'll tell you, George has been such an integral part of our story. And he has his story to a degree that's our story. And I'm so proud for him. Everybody on this team is. And he certainly has absolutely been the difference as we played over the last 2 weeks. And we can let it come as well. It's something when you've got 88 and Pickens.
This franchise has only come back you've only come back from down 21 points 3 times in franchise history. What were you thinking when you were down 21 nothing?
I just didn't believe that we were given that much to them. We just, everything we were doing, we were letting them have opportunity. And I was pleased early. We made a couple of stops on defense. I was pleased early, and you will always think with this team that our offense can execute better. And so when that started happening, it wasn't like it was easy the second half. We missed an opportunity in the second half maybe to get it closer.
There's your Cowboys owner and general manager, Jerry Jones, after one of the all-time comeback victories in franchise history, 24-21. Cowboys now at 5-5-1 on the year. Eagles falling to 8-3, and right now the Eagles were the number 1 seed if the playoffs started today. You've got the Rams, who are up big nearing halftime, 28-7. The Rams are up on Tampa Bay at home. Rams would go to 9-2 with a win. They would have the best record in the NFC, and the Eagles would then be tied at 8-3 with the Bears for the second best record, and Seattle, who of course would be a wild card team since they're in the same division as the Rams. Bears and Eagles playing on Black Friday this coming week, so that'll be an Amazon Prime game. All of a sudden, those Chicago Bears, who got a win today, 31-28 at home against Pittsburgh, really ever since that Cowboys win, the Bears have kind of taken off, and they've got themselves in a position where they're not only flirting for a division title, they're flirting for the top seed in the NFC. That's crazy.
How about that, man? Going back to like Soldier Field for some playoff football, and that's pretty wild. But our old corner's playing well for them.
Nashon Wright.
I think he's got 5 interceptions.
Yes,
now.
He had another one today. And Al Harris, their secondary coach,
doing a nice job there. So
Al is fantastic.
I'll tell you what, Ben Johnson. That maybe Matt Eberflus and those guys did a good job of getting some players there. Maybe they just need to be coached up a little bit better.
DJ Moore had a big one today.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. I mean, we thought, that kid has special traits, and he's certainly playing really well right now. All right, we'll get back to your calls and texts. We'll hear more from the locker room. George Pickens, Brandon Aubrey, the game winner, Donovan Ezeraku. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations.
at participating locations.
Prescott with a play fake on first down, a lot of time. Deep ball, left side, Pickens. Up in the air, high point, at the 12. How about you, Pickens? Little high step away from the tackle. How about you?
That is our What a Play of the game, brought to you by Whataburger and the Salvation Army, doing the most good. Unbelievable. I mean, I know we've talked about it, but I really think with George Pickens, the element that does set him apart is his ability to track the football.
Yeah, he sees it. He sees it. It's amazing how he could see it from, like, not even knowing when the quarterback has thrown it, but then look up, find it, fight with a guy, fight with Cooper DeJean, realize the safety's coming over the top, too, to help, and just go up at the exact time.
Flash your hands.
When everybody else is,
And he's not letting it come to his body. He's going to get it.
No, he's going to get it.
I mean, like Des Bryant, I thought had a knack for going up and getting the football.
Yeah.
But Pickens is on another level with his ability. I mean, and his breakdown of it at training camp in Oxnard, when we talked about it, was unreal. It's like geometry.
I asked him that question in Oxnard. Yeah. I'm like I've never seen a guy attack the ball and track the ball like you. It is amazing that he didn't see the quarterback throw it, but he could look up and judge it by how it looks, in flight, and know how to go up and get it with guys hanging all over him. It's amazing.
He is. I mean, he's special, and right now he's playing at an elite level. And we had the conversation. Right now, is he the best wide receiver in football? For me, I don't think I'm taking anybody today over him, but Jackson Smith and Jigba in the conversation, Puka Nacua in the conversation. Yeah. I mean, we're spoiled. We've got tons of great receivers. CD, any given day, is in that conversation. Chase, Jefferson, but George Pickens right now, it felt like they could just drop back and throw the ball to 3 every play, and he would come down with it.
That's what you and I were talking about at halftime. Like, this just needs to be throw the ball, because I didn't feel like that they had, even with their quality at cornerback, I didn't feel like that they had a really good handle on how to play him.
No, and they had Mitchell on him at the beginning of the game, and Pickens is still making plays.
Yeah.
And Quinyon Mitchell is a guy that usually he's up against the number 1 receiver, and that guy's not having a good day.
Right.
Well, George Pickens, they had no answer for him. All right, let's get back to your calls and texts, 877-881-1053. Let's go to Francois, line 9. Francois in Dallas has been waiting patiently. You're on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys with Zach Wolchuk and Brian Broaddus.
Brian, you know that guy that called in before you guys went to break? I think that's one of the dumbest calls I've heard since Skip Bayless was doing drive time in the 1990s. I mean, I've even heard you guys multiple times criticize different aspects of the offense. But
I appreciate
that's not why I wondered.
No, I appreciate it. I just, I don't mind being challenged. If it's something that somebody says, well, you guys are not being that or critical or of that. Yeah. And I'm saying, no, the call is fine if you just give your point, but when you say you guys do not do this.
Exactly.
I'm on 7 platforms a day talking about this stuff.
Exactly.
And so you can find me on any of them. And I know as a station we talk about the offense because it got to the point where the defense, they have to be carried.
It wasn't really worth talking about. You knew the defense stunk.
Yeah, you knew exactly. But anyway, what do we got tonight, sir? What do you got for us?
But I got just 2 comments. I'll be quick as I can, and I've got a question for your Broaddus that I really need to get answered.
Sure.
I think that when you and Brad were kind of bantering back and forth about the 4th down call, I think you both are right. You both were right.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, he's probably always going to be slanted because he's, a Hall of Fame broadcaster for Dallas Cowboys broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
But my point is that on one hand, you kick the field goal and get 3. On the other hand, the way your defense started to play, you feel like you can go for it. Scotty said he liked the call. And typically, when you don't score in that situation, it is execution. They got pushed up the middle, and Dak couldn't step up and hit who he wanted to hit, which is why the play failed. But they still had to start inside their 5-yard line. So you figure they got to go north of 90 yards to score, they have to go 60 to get in field goal range. So you both were right. The other thing I wanted to say is defensively, I do think Brad was right. It's not just the addition of Wilson and Quentin Williams. We know that made an impact. But it's multiple times Hurts dropped back and had, I counted it, 3 to 5 seconds sometime to get rid of the ball, and there was nobody open down the field.
Yeah, the coverage was much better.
Huge, right, because you've got what you call coverage sacks, right? They didn't get the sack, but they turned him into Charlie checkdown, right?
Yep.
And so the question I wanted to ask you, Brad, and I'll hang up and listen, what I don't understand is why we haven't heard anything about Phil Maffa. You got Devontae Williams running back. I'm not a fan of Malik Davis. The call they called an hour or so ago talking about he can see the cuts. Malik Davis doesn't have a ceiling. He's a below average NFL running back. What I want to see is Phil Maffa at 6'1", 238 that has quickness and speed, because what Shotty's been preaching since he got the job was physicality. That's why I had a problem with him when they hit Williams up after the fumble in there for 9 or 8.5, and you come back and bootleg. If you're going to be a physical offensive football team, you got to run the football 3 times and get in. Don't boot Dak outside when you've only got a yard to go. I appreciate your time.
No, thank you for the call, Francois. Yeah, when it comes to Phil Maffa, I mean, I was blown away with how good Maffa was in camp. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I thought he could, and Williams also at that point, I didn't know Williams would be him. I thought in a perfect world, not knowing Javonte Williams would be that dude, could it be Maffa and Blue as your 1-2? Because I think they complement each other well. Is this a draft and stash with Phil Maffa? Is that what they're looking at right now?
Yeah, I think the problem is that Phil Maffa is in that IR group, and so if you're in that IR group, then you fall into they've got only 2 more activations
that they can do. I think they have to be very selective.
And I think they have to be very selective. And I think that it's nothing against Maffa. I just think the coaches actually with what Malik does with special teams, what Malik does when he has to go in and run the football. I think the coaches feel more comfortable with that right now because they surely don't feel comfortable with Blue. And a lot of it has to do with maturity that needs to be shown, and it just hasn't. I thought initially that he wasn't carrying things from the classroom to the practice field to the game field, but I had some of the organization tell me, no, that's not the case. He just needs to learn how to be a better pro. And until that happens, then he's not going to see the field. By the way, on the 4th and 1 call, the analytics, believe it or not, they say on that situation of 3 minutes, 46 seconds on the Philadelphia 1, it was actually they needed 2.2 yards where the ball was spotted. So it was really 4th and 2. 66.8% go for it. 64.5% said kick the field goal. So 4th and all right, if that's the case, then just run it twice, right? If you're going to go for it on 4th down.
I didn't know why you don't just hand it to Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Because they throw the ball, it hasn't been effective.
Right.
Because that was their second time where they get down there. Dak threw the interception.
Right.
So when they're trying to throw the football, they're inside the 10, inside the 5.
Right.
I just didn't love it. Shotty can say, hey, I like the play call, and look, he knows way more than I do when it comes to all that stuff. But I didn't think he had his best day when it came to clock management, when it came to some of those aggressive decisions. Offensively, the defense won them the game today. The offense, and granted, give Philadelphia respect, they've got a good defense, but offensively they weren't at their best today either. But in that situation, you've just fought to claw back from 21 down. Take the points.
Yeah.
Go up 24-21.
I just thought, to me, that the way the defense was playing, I was willing to kick it and then, get a stop.
Yeah. I think worst case scenario, maybe the Eagles would have kicked a field goal to tie.
Yeah.
But your defense wasn't allowing them to score touchdowns.
Right.
So to me, it was just, because I don't know. There was no – that's how the Eagles have won games all year.
Right.
Those type of situations.
I was worried that they were going to block the damn field goal.
Which they did against the Rams.
Against the Rams. I mean,
twice.
You and I sat in the studio and watched that happen. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, that's the kind of pressure that team will put on you. All right, let's go out to our buddy. We got, I believe, Walt in Waco, who's been waiting patiently on line 10. Let's hear from Walt. What's going on, my buddy?
Hey, guys, first I want to tell y'all, I want y'all to have the best Thanksgiving, man, especially you, Zach, getting to show off baby girl number 2 for the first time. You're going to be exactly where you need to be. So congratulations. That's so awesome. And I'm starting my Thanksgiving early. I had a huge plate of crow tonight, best plate that I've ever eaten. I really expect this to be a get-right game for the Eagles. And the first half started exactly the way I expected. But now that it's over, when I start looking back at a few of these plays, like the penalty on the punt, and putting the ball on the ground, who was that, Turpin? Man, we weren't far from this being just a huge Cowboys win. And I don't mean huge in a way like we just came back and had a big win that way. I mean really whipping these guys, and would have never expected it going into today. And man, I want to say this about Pickens. That dude. I love CD, but, man, when I see Pickens play, the way he goes up for the ball, the way he puts hands in faces and fights for every single yard, that reminds me of old school 88s, man. He has a little bit of a Dez dog in him. And, man, I love both of those guys. I hope they're both here next year. But that is a dude right there.
I agree, Walt. Thank you so much for the call, man. Always good to talk to you. That opens up a couple of lines. I hope they find a way to keep them both around as well.
Yeah.
And the relationship they have. Now, a lot of questions about, CD is some of Pickens' success. Is that now a negative to, is that getting into his head? I don't know. I mean, human nature, I'm sure CD could hear some of that, like the conversation the last 2 weeks, and I hate that's what it becomes. It's like Pickens' success, now this has to be a negative on Lamb. Like, oh, well, Pickens is now the best receiver on the team. CD's not even that good. They should trade CD Lamb. Like, I think we have short-term memory sometimes as fans, and as great as Pickens is, and he deserves all of the praise right now, he is the better receiver. He's playing better today. But CD Lamb's been amazing. He earned his contract. He's played like a top 5 wide receiver in the sport the last couple of years. Let's not forget that CeeDee Lamb is also an excellent, one of the best receivers in the league. So to me, I'd love to keep both. I think a lot of it has to do with maximizing this Dak window. Whether you're a believer in Dak or not, get it, but Dak's not going anywhere.
Right.
So I think I'm wanting it. I think you have the opportunity now with 2 first-round picks. Can you find a way to add some talent on the defensive side of the football with cheaper rookie contracts? But also, man, I'll bite the bullet and I'll pay the 2 wide receivers. Maybe it's a short deal for GP3. Maybe it's one of those where you try and line them up. 3 years, 4 years. I don't know. Can you get creative with this thing?
Do you think that his success is bothering Lamb?
I didn't, but it is interesting because CD did not.
CD is a very competitive, and I totally disagree with the caller earlier, and I mean respectfully. I'm not trying to say, but I'm just saying I think CeeDee Lamb is a very competitive person. I think it means something to him. You talk to him, I think it means something. But I wonder if the George Pickens success is wearing on him a little bit, because he has been the guy that everybody, and maybe you feel like he might be pressing a little bit more.
Maybe. Yeah. Because he dropped what should have been a touchdown against Vegas last week. And then today, I think he's got 7 drops now on the year. That's for a player of CeeDee Lamb's caliber, he's got to get that cleaned up. And he knows that. But again, you got to worry about the mentals sometimes. Him and George, I think, have such a great relationship. I want to say no. But it's possible.
Yeah.
It absolutely is possible that maybe that success, now everybody's looking at you like, okay, well, what are you going to do, dude? Well, where are you now? You've now been surpassed by the other guy. All right, we'll get back to your calls. We will hear from George Pickens. We'll also get more tape from the locker room here. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Throughout time, man has expressed himself through dance. The Charleston, the two-step, and yes, even the Macarena. But few dances have captured the imagination like the victory dance. It says, I am a winner. In your face, world. With Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could have lots to sell.
Dallas-Fort Worth, an Odyssey sports station.
Hurts in the gun on 2nd and 17. Snap is back. Look at him push the pocket. Little shovel pass to Barkley on the left side. Ball came out as he was tackled by Clark, and the Cowboys have a fumble at about the 35-yard line.
That is our defensive stand of the game, brought to you by WinStar. As the casino of the Dallas Cowboys, WinStar delivers thrills worthy of America's team. With over 10,000 of your favorite electronic games, the two-story WinStar Spa and Cascades, their luxury pool complex. WinStar is a world of wow. Please game responsibly. Unbelievable play. And an Eagles offense that did not turn the football over. But Sam Williams chasing from the backside, strips Saquon Barkley. Kenneth Murray able to jump on that, one of a couple of Eagles turnovers that the Cowboys forced there in the fourth quarter. Incredible play by two players that I know have definitely had their fair share of criticism, but they battled today, Brian.
Yeah, they have battled, and what a great hustle play by Sam to get over there. And, that's we've been very, very critical of these defensive ends that, maybe they need to shorten the bench. Maybe it needs to be a little bit less of a rotation. But give Sam a lot of credit. Sam's one of those guys, though, he'll do something sneaky like that, get over there. And he knew exactly when he saw Barkley, the way Barkley was carrying the ball, he went straight for the punch and was able to make it happen. Hey, can I say something real quick? Because I was thinking about Lamb and those guys. Mm-hmm. I went back and just looked at the number of times that somebody got double covered, and I know there's people saying that Lamb is facing more double coverage than, and that's allowing
George Pickens.
One-on-one
opportunities?
Yeah. They've got him listed as only being double covered 3 times.
In this game or just
overall?
Oh, wow.
Overall. It's actually only 1.2%. On average, he gets almost 5.8 yards of cushion. He's only played press coverage against him 21% of the time. Press man 12% of the time. Press targets are 9. Press receptions are 5. So, I see people out there just kind of going, oh, Lamb's drawing coverage, Lamb's getting doubled. The people at Next Gen, for the stats that do it for the teams, have him only being doubled 3 times.
Wow.
And so, I was curious. How many times maybe that Pickens has been doubled. If we could see it more in these games, but I'll look at that while you give some thoughts.
I will say, I wonder, because Pickens has had to play without CD.
Pickens has been doubled 7 times.
Okay. I would be interested how many of those were when CD was out.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to double Pickens because you can.
Right.
And now you're going to say, okay, Ryan Flanoy or Jalen Tolbert or whoever to go out there and beat me because, CD has been on the field with George. George did have to, be that guy without CD in the lineup. That's really where he took off.
Okay, let me give you an example. The top receivers that get doubled, Jamar Chase is at 21 doubles. You look at Justin Jefferson is at 12 doubles. Ladd McConkey at 13 doubles.
Wow.
And then T. Higgins faced 11 double team coverage snaps.
That's wild. That's with Jamar Chase.
Yeah. So Chase with 21 is pretty incredible.
That is. That's just.
But I know people are like giving it the, they're trying to kind of justify why Pickens has been so good, when in actuality, Next Gen Stats tells you that Pickens gets doubled more than Lamb.
Yeah.
Which, is unique.
Let's get some more tape from the locker room before we get back into your calls, 877-881-1053. Here was Donovan Ezra-Raku, the Cowboys rookie postgame.
Yeah, I would say when we came out in the second half, we got 2 straight stops or a couple of stops, and then our offense scored some points or a good drive, and then came back and we got a fumble, recovered it, and then came back again on special teams and got a fumble, and they was like, okay, let's go finish this game.
Demo said there was some pretty good messages at halftime from your group. Any that stick out to you?
Yeah, our guys being leaders, guys like Osa, KC, Q. Donovan Wilson and Demo. I mean, that speaks to the character of who we are on that side of the ball. And I'm very, appreciative that the fact that these guys are my vets. This being my first year, I got guys like that I can look to my right, look to my left. Okay, let's go do it. It gives us that hope, belief in that faith.
What was that message from you?
We've been here before. Execute. We knew it was going to happen. We knew that we was going to get to the second half, and if we play our style of football, they're not going to be able to score points. That's right.
We talk about confidence all the time. How does the confidence feel now as opposed to pre-buy, pre-trade deadline?
Yeah, I think we're rising. I think our confidence is rising for sure. The week that we had last week, the game that we had last game, and then to finish out like this, I think, going into this Thursday night Thanksgiving game, or Thursday, whatever time it is, we're definitely going to be confident for sure, but, we know we got to execute. So, yeah, we could have our confidence, but if we don't execute, it doesn't mean anything. So that's about it.
All right, thank you.
I was going to ask you, there's Donovan Ezeraku post-game. Shout out to Blake Elliott, Fred Davis, and our three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold getting us some sounds from the locker room. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian brought us 24-21. One of the greatest comebacks in Cowboys history as they come back to beat the Eagles here on the Brandon Aubrey walk-off. And we did get some text from the 214 that did want us to talk about this, but the play clock. And I guess we saw it stop at 11 seconds.
We did see it stop at 11 seconds.
What was going on with the clock?
I had no idea. And Bill Vinovich had to wind it.
Yeah, like, guys, you can go.
Yeah, exactly.
It was strange.
Yeah.
No question about that. All right, let's get back to the phone lines here. And I'll just go with kind of what we have. Hopefully they're still on the line here, Peyton. But let's start with line 7. Let's go out to D.C. where Benjamin's been waiting. Benjamin, you're on the official postgame show of the Cowboys.
Gentlemen, awesome win, guys. Awesome win. First of all, I want to tell you both, Chuck, you nailed Cooper Beebe big time. He's nasty. He is so nasty. And Rodis, you nailed Ravel. He looks the part. He does. He's young.
He's got a long way to go, bro, but he's battling, man. He will battle.
I know, but I see what you were saying when he was at ECU. I think he was right. ECU, right?
Yep. Right.
Okay. And BB, Booker, and Smith were. I mean, I didn't even hear like Jordan Davis and Carter a whole lot, or Jalen Phillips, a whole lot. I mean, those three. I mean, we gutted them up the middle with the run. I was like. And I'm so tired of getting inside the 10 or the 5 and getting cute. Stop being cute.
Yeah.
Just run it 4 times. Hey, if they stop you, tip your hat to them, and you it's the same result that you missing it on for 4th down will hit a pass anyway. So it's like, I don't understand it. They complicate the game so much sometimes. We were gutting them with the run. Green Bay couldn't do it. The Lions couldn't do it. We gutted them with the run at their strength up the middle. Right. So that's impressive. That's impressive.
Yes, sir.
No, thank you for the call, Benjamin. I mean, that trio, that can develop into a special 3. Them growing together. You've got a second-year center. You got a third-year guard, maybe a fourth-year guard. The years are kind of sliding together. I know Tyler Spitz just got paid, so maybe it is year 4. And then, of course, a rookie right guard. And we'll see what happens with your tackles. Guyton, Nate Thomas, that could end up being a battle. What do they decide to do with Terrence Steele in the offseason? But those 3, that's a special young trio. Let's go out to line 8. We've got John and Bastrop. John, you're on the official postgame show of the Cowboys.
Gentlemen, longtime Tolo, appreciate both of you and the work that you guys do every day.
Thank you.
Many years emotionally scarred Cowboys fan here in a household full of Eagles. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Brian, I'm going to ask a nerd football question. I sent this to you on Twitter and just would like to kind of get a little deeper thought here, and it just may be being ticky-tack, but with the Eagles, and I don't know if this is just something that's just an unwritten rule in football, but it does not seem like steam is ever set at the snap of the ball.
Never is.
And then you add the receivers in motion. It seems like it's an illegal motion every single play.
Yeah.
Is that just something that's just an illegal? I mean, that's just an unwritten rule that, hey, you just get away with it, or is that something that once again the Eagles are getting away with something?
Well, they get away with illegal motion in the tush push, too, or false start. So we had Dean Blandino on today, and that would have been a great opportunity for me because I watched Eagles tape, and they do it, and the league just says fine. Usually it's hand forward, usually, it's not to the Eagles. They stand up.
Yeah.
They called illegal motion on Smith one time, and I thought they were calling it on the offensive lineman for standing up. So,
man, they do some sketchy stuff.
They do some.
They line up super back in the backfield. Their tackles have always lined up weird.
Lane Johnson will jump snaps when he plays. So yeah, I watched the tape all their tape, and I'm like, well, man, they're getting away with this. And it when you watch it live, it looks even more pronounced.
Yes,
and wrong. But I haven't seen anybody calling for it yet. So, without me, like I say, maybe next time we get Dean Blandino on, which I don't know if we're going to get him anymore, but that'd be a great question for him.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the call. I mean, this is crazy. I just
stand up and then stand up, point, then go down, and when they're going down, then Jurgens snaps the ball, and everybody's moving, and They don't say a word.
And Jeff Stoutland's one of the best offensive line coaches in the sport. This is a jarring quote. Like if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be thinking to myself, what the hell are we doing? Eagles offensive lineman Landon Dickerson, he pointed that the Cowboys' usage of 5-man fronts was a reason that they struggled in the run game. He said Dallas hasn't shown many odd fronts this season, and it wasn't something they had much time on task practicing against this week.
That's BS.
Are they watching film?
I don't know, man.
That was a talking point for us all week.
Well, see, but they've also, Dallas has tried some.
Arizona? Vegas? They've definitely done it.
They've done it, yeah. But see, that's the thing about it is that it made him have to play one-on-one.
Yeah.
And when you watch him play one-on-one, he becomes a liability. I wouldn't be surprised if more teams try and do it to
Copycat
him.
league.
Absolutely.
That might be absolutely. I can see other teams trying to do that. And gosh, that is a fun front. All right, let's go ahead and put a bow on this one. We'll get our player of the game. We will hear from George Pickens, give you a look around some of the rest of the games this weekend. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Cowboys fans, here's the game plan. Touchdown Tuesday at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Cowboys gear and save 25% on your oil change. No huddle, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out.
behind every great company. United Ag and Turf, the official Ag and Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. American Airlines, proud to be the official airline of your Dallas Cowboys. Ford, your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. And by DallasCowboys.com. Keep track of the boys with daily podcasts at DallasCowboys.com and on the official Dallas Cowboys app.
25 seconds in the half. Fake on the inside handoff, throws it to the left post to Pickens. That's a touchdown.
George Pickens is our player of the game. What a game it was. 9 for 9. 146 yards, a touchdown, including our play of the game, the 43-yarder. He was unstoppable. He has been playing in an incredible level, second in the NFL with 1,054 receiving yards, fifth receiver, sixth instance in franchise history to reach 1,000 receiving yards in the first 11 games of a season, joining CeeDee Lamb, who, again, is still a really good receiver for those that want to punt on him already. Terrell Owens, Michael Irvin, and who is the other one? Oh, Bob Hayes in 1966. Pickens also passing that 1,000 yards. My gosh, already. It's crazy. 11 games, he's already over 1,000 yards. He's been fantastic and is definitely putting himself in line for a big-time deal this offseason. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus after an incredible 24-21 Cowboys comeback victory over the Eagles here for the Miller Lite Field Club. And post-game, George Pickens did catch up with some of our compadres in the locker room.
Comparison to the second half?
Just more resiliency. I feel like the first half we were just a little bit sloppy, just shooting ourselves in the foot. Really nothing they were doing, just what we were doing to ourselves. So resiliency definitely when we came out of here.
Could you talk about the big catch? And back, Javonte just said that probably was when you guys said, we probably got a chance now.
Yeah, most definitely.
Describe that.
The catch was crazy. Like I said, tracked the ball, kind of beat the defender. I knew he was going to be running up a little behind, so I knew I was going to have a chance to jump for it. And when I came down with it, I kind of knew as well, like Javonte said, because now we're down at the 10.
What was the mood like in the locker room? Because it was crazy after the game.
Yeah, before the game. Before we came out, halftime, guys were still just being resilient. We scored. That was 7. So we kind of knew we were only down 2, let alone, some of the inconsistencies they have themselves.
Phil's on a big play. What's going through your mind when the ball's in the air? When you have to get 2 guys on you?
Definitely come down with the catch. No matter where that's, like in the middle of the field, high ball, go ball, post. I'm always looking at the ball, so I'll never see the guys around me.
When you do come down with it, what then goes through your mind?
Just really everything that I always told people, that what I was capable of.
You were talking to me a little earlier about how that one catch you didn't make, that probably could have changed things.
Yeah, I feel like the catch, I don't know how many series ago it was, but right before we kicked the field goal, I could have caught that, and then I feel like the game would have been way over.
With a big game like this and the plays that you made, and you have Thanksgiving with Kansas City, how quick do you put this behind as you get ready for this short week?
I feel like with a short week, you kind of want to put it in the forefront, like use the momentum that you have, knowing that KC also seeing the game today as well. Everybody around the country did, so just use the momentum and kind of bring that into the next game.
Man, George Pickens is just, he's incredible. And it was like a one-handed snag he tried to make there along the sidelines. Obviously, I don't know that he even would have gotten in bounds, but it just goes to show you the competitive nature of one George Pickens. And incredible game. Celebrate the Cowboys Christmas extravaganza powered by Reliant at the Star in Frisco. It's going on now to December 20th. You can join us every Friday and Saturday night for an electrifying holiday performance. For details, visit thestardistrict.com. Might actually try it and go on Saturday.
You need to go see this because I do a lot of work over at the Star for the Cowboy Break. And you see it over there in Tostitos Plaza, and it's a hell of a show.
It sounds incredible.
They do a great job over there. It's great to take the kiddos over.
Yeah, the girls, I know the girls. We thought about going last night, but I was just so immersed.
Weather's nice,
Absolutely. I think that's absolutely something to take advantage of. But the Cowboys now will have the short week. They'll turn their attention to Kansas City. Now, the Chiefs did get a win today, 23-20. They also came back against Indianapolis. They are at 6-5.
Boy, they needed that.
They desperately did. And
and they have not been a good road team. 5 of their 6 wins have all come at Arrowhead.
Yep.
So they have struggled on the road. But Rashee Rice, 8 for 141, a homecoming for him, SMU product.
Right.
Kareem Hunt had a really good game.
He gets doubled a lot, too, by the way.
Look, Xavier Worthy, we know from the University of Texas, that's a guy that, in and out of the lineup, dealt with some injuries, but certainly is going to be a player the Cowboys are going to have to be aware of down the field. Travis Kelce. Kareem Hunt was great on the ground, over 100 yards and a touchdown today, but we'll be talking about Patrick Mahomes, Texas kid, coming back, and that'll be, I'm sure, a record-breaking national TV audience on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Chiefs, that one's going to be wild. Baker Mayfield did get hurt.
I looked up and saw I thought the game was out of hand, and I didn't know if Todd Bowles was just playing a different quarterback. But what happened to Baker?
Yeah, Tom Pelissero 20 minutes ago saying that Baker Mayfield doubtful to return with a left shoulder injury.
Ooh, okay.
And that'd be big, especially in that division. Now tomorrow, Carolina is going to play San Francisco. Cowboys.
So you need a Carolina loss there. What do you need? Or San Francisco loss because they're in. Aren't they one of the 7? They're one of the. I thought I saw
they're
team,
the 7 seed. I think.
Yeah, So you need maybe a San Francisco loss.
Now Carolina, if they win, they would actually take over first place in the NFC South. Because Tampa Bay is about to lose and fall to 6-5. Carolina would improve to 7-5.
Wow.
So yeah, it's crazy. I don't know that overall. I think it'll kind of work itself out, but I'm not sure who you really want to win that one. I guess you do want San Francisco, since Carolina beats you head-to-head.
You've already lost to Carolina. Maybe you need Carolina to lose.
Maybe you want, just as many L's for everyone else. But the Rams up 31-7. They're kicking butt.
Listen to us talk about this like we got playoff chances.
Yeah, but 5-1. Let's just take this thing one game at a time. Matthew Stafford said himself.
That Arizona loss looks really bad right now.
It would have been nice if the Giants had actually been able to hold on to beat the Lions. They weren't. So the Lions get the overtime win 34-27. Packers.
But you play the Lions, so you got a shot.
You
there.
do.
Yeah.
You will go head-to-head. Gosh, that Cardinals loss is the one that looks. That's
hell yeah!
That one's going to be the one that keeps him out.
Yeah.
27-24 Jags beat the Cardinals today. Thank you so much to Peyton Russell. Excellent job as always. To Raymond Cruz crushing it out here. Engineering Dylan Moore and Kevin Walker, Khaki Kev and Dylon back in studio. Always doing an excellent job. Gavin Spittle, Tim Collins, of course. You, my friend, the great Brian Broaddus.
Enjoy your Thursday, man.
Yes, Eric will take double duty. I'll miss you. I always do love doing the Thanksgiving game, but wifey wanting me at home. We got the newborn. I get it. But until next time, hugs and hand pounds, everybody. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask?